Welcome to El Paso, Texas. We bring you Velocity here just on the eve of Saturday night's main event. Chad Gable against the NXT Cruiserweight Champion Cedric Alexander. And if you watched this episode of Impact Wrestling this week, saw Cedric Alexander and the System get victorious over Team TNA that featured the TNA World Heavyweight Champion Mike Santana, and definitely a huge win for them. And now Cedric feeling like he's got everything on top of the world after beginning news that at Rebellion he will be defending that championship in an eight-man fight. Not going to be great for him. But tonight, the NXT Championship is his doing here tonight. Chad Gable said, "Look, I don't want your title, but I want to beat a champion. I want to beat someone who calls himself a champion. And you have two titles. You have an X Division Championship and you have a Cruiserweight Championship. So obviously you're doing something right. So I want to make an example out of you tonight." And we'll see if that happens here. We'll see if he runs that through him. And I'm not sure. Look, I'm not sure if Cedric can handle Chad Gable. Chad Gable, he's throwing a special challenge tomorrow night, by the way. Tomorrow night on Saturday night's main event in Pittsburgh, he is throwing a special challenge kind of match. And Nick Aldis said, "Hey, you know what? I got a call from someone who wants to battle you in a Pittsburgh street fight. So I'm going to let that happen, and I'm going to give you the main event spotlight." The fact that only Nick Aldis and the person who is coming to fight Chad Gable know who it is unfair. It's unfair to Chad Gable. And I'll throw that out there for him because, Chad Gable is honest man. He's an honest man. He's never lied to us. He's never deceived us. And now he has to wait, and now he can't even prepare for his opponent while his opponent knows exactly who he is. Like Nick Aldis, come on, man, give Chad the fight here, and then you have to put Chad in a fight here against a very great opponent here, someone who's been showing that he's been in his prime, that Cedric is in his prime. And we knew Cedric when he was here in the WWE, part of the Hurt Business, 205, but now this is a different, revitalized Cedric. Left the system here in WWE to join another system in TNA. And look at Cedric looking for the win here with the taped arm. Hell, he was just in action last night, man. This is Friday Night Velocity, baby. And here comes Cedric with a beautiful dropkick, but Chad Gable able to counter. And what's been a great match here, both of them going back and forth. This is the type of matches Chad Gable has been wanting to go up against. And look at Cedric, the speed, the power, and that is what Cedric is showing what he could have been here. But it's our loss in TNA's gain, and a pinfall here, looking to beat Chad. Kick out by Chad Gable. After all that, after every single movie there, I thought he was going to beat him there, but no. Cedric continues to show his abilities here. Look at Cedric picking up Chad. And wait a second. What is this? Who of American made now? Really, man? Really, you really have to make your impression out here. You really have to show your face out here in this situation. Like, come on, man. Why are you doing this? Why are you stepping up into this, man? Chad Gable, though, trying to get him from behind, and Cedric almost knew second-handedly something was going to happen from behind him and waited for it to happen. And it might have failed here for Chad Gable. And Chad, who is well rested, definitely was not in the match last night at AAA TakeOver Mexico City in that huge six-man tag match. Definitely not there. I don't even know why I even add that to it at all. Sorry, I hate to fuel the fires of that rumor going around. Hate to do that. Not my style. Not the way I do it here. But right now, Cedric Alexander jumping up and looking to take it to Chad right there, the Cruiserweight Champion, hoping that Hurricanrana could knock out Chad. And is it going to be a no? Chad Gable able to kick out. So the champ right now, the Cruiserweight Champion, the X Division Champion, getting quite the fight from an Olympic athlete like Chad Gable. And Cedric getting the win. Here's some highlights from this match right here between Cedric and Chad. Here's when we saw Cedric going balls to the wall, showing you prime Cedric, as he calls it, prime Cedric going all out right here. And Chad never stood a chance, I think, at the end of the match, because even after the distractions and trying to bring out one of the Creed brothers, it did not go his way, and Cedric Alexander made sure of that and closed out on business, and he stood on business. There's a reason why this man leads the system. Look at this right here. Got him in that package suplex right there, and that took down Chad Gable. I don't know what kind of confidence this is going to destroy of Chad Gable as he goes into that Pittsburgh street fight, or maybe he's thinking too much about that Pittsburgh street fight and who the opponent is, and that's what caused him to lose his match. But I'm not trying to take this away from Cedric. He definitely has improved since the last time we saw him here in WWE. We saw him in the main event, but since the last time he was a member of the main roster, and Cedric could be one of those names, man. Could be one of those names we try to steal away from Impact Wrestling. You never know, right? Never know. But a big win here for Cedric, and we're going to move on here on Velocity. And we are on the road here to Judgment Day and Saturday night's main event. So a lot of these matchups tonight definitely have implications right here for contracts, future contracts. Like Sol Ruca right now is a name in NXT, but a name that has been scouted out, and SmackDown definitely would love to add Sol Ruca as a woman, maybe to go into the Intercontinental Championship race, someone who can start building herself up in the main roster. But when that was thrown out in the back by Nick Aldis, who did talk to Sol Ruca and on NXT and told her, hey, look, you have that talent. We think you're there. You know, if you want to keep doing your NXT thing, that's cool. But you can come to Velocity, get a chance to compete, and then if you like it, you get that. We do well. Hell, we can give you a match on SmackDown. See if that can bring you to your next spot. See if that can get you going. And Nikkita Lyons was there, heard everything, said, of all the people you're going to ask someone who's not a champion, I'm the Evolve champion. Like, I'm owning it. At that point, she was the Evolve champion. And now, well, you know, she's going to be out of that championship. Yeah, because she lost that title. Yeah, if you saw Battleground, you would have noticed that she lost the title. But, you know, I'm just throwing that out there. She was the champion at Battleground. Lost that title to Callie Armstrong. No longer the Evolve champion. And Sol Ruca picking up Nikkita Lyons. And that's the impressive thing about Sol right now, that she doesn't look like she can lift up Nikkita Lyons like that, but she just did that right there. And now Sol Ruca being tossed inside. And Sol, you know, I think, you know, the fans will see a great finisher from her. But other than that, you know, I don't know what we're going to get from her. I don't know what she's got an athletic ability, a great spot right there. She doesn't come from the full wrestling background, but she has learned in the last 4 years and has done a great job. We've seen her in some brutal matches on NXT, some ambulances, some ambulance appearances, some backstage brawls, and now Nikkita Lyons, though, trying to get the better of Sol Ruca, but Sol trying to get the pinfall right here, trying to get the pinfall, but Lyons able to kick out. And I think, again, like I said, for Sol, I think she will do a great job in the ring, not to overthink things and let the fans just come to you. I'm not going to build her up here and say, you know, she's a great athlete, she's done this and she's learning so quick. No. We're going to let her skill in the ring speak for her. Because it could come off the way. Nikkita Lyons with a big split right there. She busted open. But you can barely see it, but a kick out by Sol Ruca. Great job by Sol, as Nikkita Lyons can't believe that Sol Ruca kicked out, but she's on top now. The Lioness is attacking Sol here. Like I said, Sol definitely will let her ring work speak for her itself, and she will hope that that's enough right now to get the crowd behind her. But right now, Nikkita Lyons is trying to take this match away and make this about her, like always. That's what she does. She is someone who cares more about herself than anything else. And again, what is Nikkita Lyons up to right now? This is just a revenge match for her. She is upset about losing her championship, and Sol Ruca caught the big kick of Lyons. But what is Sol thinking here? Sol is asking Lyons to step up. Springboard. Sol, like, she just flipped it around. That's not a 360. I don't know what that was, but that was impressive, and it's enough to defeat Nikkita Lyons here on Velocity. And I know Nick Aldis is watching that one and saying, you know what? I might throw the contract up to Sol Ruca. Get the Soul Snatcher on SmackDown, exclusively on SmackDown, and let her make a name for herself. Let her speak for it. Let the work speak for it, and try to let her get into the championship picture if she can. But Sol Ruca, definitely happy with her win here tonight. Happy defeating Nikkita Lyons, and the fans here tonight got to see a little bit of Sol Ruca here on Velocity. Pete Dunne ready. Pete Dunne, baby. The fans love it. Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne teaming up. This is quite the tag team these two have had. And they're going to take on an NXT squad of Hank and Tank. As Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne have gone to NXT. They've teamed up there. They've tried to do good things there. And we've seen good stuff from them. Good in-ring performances. And recently we saw them there on King of the Ring. And it didn't go well for one, but it went well for the other. And what I mean that Pete Dunne lost to Tristan Angels, but Tyler Bate beat Lexis King to advance in the King of the Ring qualifiers. When I spoke to Tyler and I spoke to Pete, it was pretty easy, man. Pete was a little upset, but he was very happy for his partner. Tyler Bate says, look, a lot of people are going to try to drive a wedge through us there and say that this is the breakup stuff. This is what's going to be done. Like, no, we both entered King of the Ring knowing that we could both be eliminated. You know, obviously we would want to not be eliminated this early, but things happen, right? Things happen. And Hank and Tank are hoping to feed off of the fact that Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate might be saying that they're okay, but they're not okay. I don't want to feed into it, but I'm going to just, you know, work with it, because one man gets to the next round, the other doesn't. Pete Dunne definitely has always heard he's the future of it. He's the better of the two. And Tyler Bate wants to prove that, you know, that's not always entirely true. And Tyler was able to get his win. He was able to get a win against Lexis King, which is a big win for him. A man has held a WCW championship. A man has been a speed champion. This man, not the WCW championship, he held the WCW International Championship. And then while Pete Dunne lost to Tristan Angels, the AAA Latin American champion and Mr. England. And definitely a big confidence wrecker for Pete, who is like saying, I can beat this kid. I can beat him. And for him not to be able to get that win definitely probably ruins it. So tonight wants to probably put this all on his shoulders here and say, let me get the win for our team. Let me pull it out. And a bitter ending there by Pete Dunne on Hank and Tank. And the tag team champions are not going to be an easy team to beat, especially if you're trying to do it all by yourself. And I hope that's not what Pete Dunne wants to do. And for Pete Dunne, this is also a big one for him and Tyler Bate. They can win this one. This should rocket them to a chance at the tag team titles. Would you think not? Again, the Booker T rule of if you beat the champion, you get to beat the champions. And hold on, big time pounce. Jesus Christ, that was a pounce. It was a pounce like no other pounce. My God. Marcus Corvon somewhere felt that and is smiling right now, saying that's what I'm talking about when it comes to a goddamn pounce. Great one by, sweeping the legs there. Sweeping the legs. Now a pinfall. Sorry, a pinfall. A tag to the strong boy, Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate, again, ready to throw down here. And Tyler Bate running to the ropes here. Smart man. And whoa. Tyler Bate wanted to get that momentum, getting that energy behind him right there. And this squad right now could get it. No, it's switched around by Hank and Tank squad. And the back. The back and another oh God, that knee to the ass always hurts, man. It always hurts me to watch. Always hurts me to watch because I'm watching it here on my padded chair, because my butt is kind of always gets numb on this, and I can't sit on my ass for too long neither. It's just part of my back issues now. I'm 35, man. A big knee to the face of Tyler Bate. But again, yeah, Tyler Bate's going to move on in his King of the Ring tournament matchup. So I'll talk a little about that for him, because definitely has potential to go on far in that King of the Ring tournament. And again, that King of the Ring tournament still hasn't hit Velocity or SmackDown, but it will in the coming weeks as we have a big. It's again, it's 64 matches for the first round, because it's it's around 64, so 32, 32, and then after that we go to 16 and 16, so another 32 matches. So you already have a fucking 96 matches just right there, and then you go to the next one, which will be 16 opponents. So that's 8 matches, and then you get to 4 and 4, which is another 8. So yeah, it's a Hank and Tank win here, as I was counting down everything that was going down. But Hank and Tank victorious, and the tag team champions had a great tag team matchup here against Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. But unfortunately for Dunne and Bates, they weren't able to get the job done here. And Hank and Tank get the win. And good win for them, man. Good, huge win for these guys to celebrate here on Velocity and continue to show that they are a true tag team champions, that everyone who doubts them definitely does not know much about them. As we're going to get to the main event here of Velocity, it is the young OG, baby, who we saw on SmackDown pick up a big win. And now he's got himself a little bit of Rey Fenix to deal with, as Javon Evans beat JC Mateo just a couple hours ago on SmackDown. And here he is now dealing with Rey Fenix. He's trying to, he's saying, you know what, let me carry that momentum. I had one match already. Fuck it, give me one tough one against Rey Fenix, and what has been a great matchup. A lot of springboards, a lot of quick moving action, a lot of moves like that, and a stunner right there. A nice little pickup right there for Javon. Man, I'm telling you, these guys are what the Velocity is all about. Giving this kind of speed, kind of giving this kind of action to it, man. This isn't a #1 contendership, but I'll tell you next week. Get ready for some King and Queen of the Ring qualifying matches, as I've been told by Nick Aldis that there's some matches that are going to be scheduled. They don't know which matches yet, but they know that they got some King and Queen of the Ring qualifiers next week here on Velocity. So that's what we will see. And in 2 weeks' time, we will see a Speed Championship. Is that what I'm hearing? Speed Championship on the line, possibly or possibly not. I'm not sure yet. But I'm being told in a couple weeks we will see the champion Jack Cartwheel defend his title again against JC Mateo, who did win the #1 contendership last week here on Velocity, with two of these guys in that match, Javon Evans and JC Mateo. So Javon Evans and Rey Fenix lost to JC Mateo, and so did Joe Gacy. That was our main event last week, but this week we will feature Rey and Javon again. And Javon, man, I don't know how smart it is to get in a matchup like this, but I guess Rey Fenix has also been busy as well this week. Everyone's been kind of busy, especially when you want to run the 2 shows. A lot of travel for you guys, moving from different places to different places here. But here comes Rey Fenix using the rope so smoothly. Just jumps on it and like nothing, man. I could barely even walk like that, let alone jump around the ropes like that and make a great bounce. And not, again, that's just so impressive by Rey Fenix. And Javon trying to get him in the corner there, but Rey Fenix says, let me help you out here. Drop kick. Look at the way he moves, man. The way he moves on top of that rope. Wow. Wow, very impressive by Rey Fenix right now. And oh no, turned around. Javon Evans, the young OG, taking down Rey Fenix in what has been a great episode of Velocity. A lot of great matches here. We are just a day away from Saturday night's main event, SmackDown exclusive Saturday night main event, and an exclusive PLE as well. First SmackDown on the Judgment Day PLE, which will be main evented by Roman Reigns and Randy Orton. Randy defending his title against Roman Reigns. A championship reign has gone on since WrestleMania when he beat Cody Rhodes for it. And hold on, Javon Evans might be thinking the OG cutter. No. He got an RKO yesterday. He went RKO crazy, and he goes back again. Another RKO. That is how he picked up the win last night, and how he hopes to pick up the win here. Now Rey Fenix able to kick out. Rey Fenix kicking out of that one. And the young OG, I'm telling you, go for it. Go for the OG cutter, my guy. It's your best way to win this one. And he caught him here again. Another stunner on Rey Fenix, the former NXT Cruiserweight Champion. In trouble as the young OG taking flight here. Young OG doing crazy. Oh, he got caught. Powerbomb. Destroy, baby. Destroys as Fenix hits the powerbomb. Springboard moonsault, but the knees are up by Javon Evans. Well played by Javon. And a big running kick. Keep doing that, man. Keep working it. Keep doing what you got to do, Javon. who just had a match against JC Mateo, but right now he is showing, look, I'm on a mission to beat those guys that I couldn't beat last week and get better from it and show them that I could have beat them all in one-on-one matches. If he could do that with Rey Fenix tonight, big step up for him. But Javon Evans down. Everyone's waiting for the moment that Javon Evans starts to say, hey, you know what? Put me in the Intercontinental Championship hunt, my guy. But you got to win some matches. You can't keep losing matches. Javon Evans, high risk. Look at that. Oh, corkscrew. My God. One spring, two up. Those ropes just like a bounce house for Javon, man. The boy is bouncy. Your boy, our boy, everybody's boy. Javon Evans. OG Cutter. OG Cutter. OG is going to stay on top and get a win. Javon Evans continues his hot streak. Good for Evans. Another win for him. Just a couple hours ago on SmackDown and now here on Velocity. Great win for Evans. Great battle by Rey Fenix, but Javon Evans at the end of the day proved why he's on a roll, man. And thank you guys for watching Velocity. We'll see you on Saturday night's main event, ECW, every show that comes up soon. We'll see you guys there. Bye-bye.